Hello, myself Sunil Ramkrishnan, and here basically we are discussing about the attraction, and in attraction basically we are discussing about the part that is basically the particular generation is supposed to go next or is not supposed to go next. For that, basically one person told that um, he told that basically the uh, generation basically depends upon the Earth planet movement basically where the Earth planet moves there basically the things basically where basically the problems basically is going to occur there basically the war basically starts and war basically is the only solution as per the earth planet basically creators. So earth planet creator basically says this, and universe group basically says that to recognize the planet basically sometimes basically the universe basically says that basically it's very dark, this that. Then basically sometime basically the copy of our planet also basically comes into the picture. Then basically how to recognize the earth planet basically. So basically he told that basically to recognize the earth planet basically earth planet is not supposed to move anywhere else basically. It should be within radar basically. So basically it's literally very dangerous basically. It might possible that earth planet might get disappear also within the from the range basically. Range means basically the from the satellites. So to recognize earth planet basically in earth planet always 365 days basically something basically happens which basically says that basically this is earth planet basically. So according to that, the places are basically created. You basically lots of people say that you basically literally basically the software industry is the future basically. He literally that particular person told that basically because the few person basically told that basically this type of creation is there. Then this type of creation basically has happened. So entire information is basically has to store somewhere, right? It's need to store somewhere basically, right? For that basically lots of project basically has created like this data science system basically got created. And basically for example always basically earth in earth planet always basically something basically happens, always basically in earth planet basically something basically gets happen basically. Why? Because it's the problem is basically it's a huge universe basically earth planet might disappear somewhere, and mostly basically this might have happened basically. That's why basically this type of system basically was created by the satellite groups and the universe group only. And basically each and every incidents basically which basically is going to happen, that basically by default basically that is planned by the universe and the satellite groups only basically, that this city this two country are going to do the war. So according to the war, basically this all are the equipment basically which is going to be used. This all basically country basically created this all cities basically, and this all city basically are created on the base of this all energy basically. So this has basically each and everything basically you have to keep somewhere, right? You can't write in the paper and basically say that basically this that. So you need to pass the information to the satellites group basically, that basically by default basically when you store any information from the system basically, that basically by default satellite groups automatically takes that. Why? Because the each and every computer basically of this world basically is connected with the satellites. That's why basically it's connected with, it's not basically that somebody has by default connected and done some mistake. No, basically it has connected basically. So each and every city basically got created how for example one uh, I told basically one example basically of the Harvard of the basically of the Harvard University basically. So in Harvard University, this type of energy is only going to they basically created 300 cities. So from that is 300 city basically this type of energy is only going to generate, that is basically by default. So universe group basically can easily able to track basically where the earth planet is. They just need to track the Harvard syllabus basically, Harvard syllabus basically. That means basically universe group basically are basically who are basically they, because if they know each and every syllabus also of the Harvard University, in Harvard University doctors degree basically are taken, the MBA degrees basically are taken, the physician degrees are taken, the my MCA degrees basically are taken. MCA basically that it's a Indian degree basically. So basically mostly they don't basically might be, but there are basically MBA degrees there, then engineering degrees are basically there. So these all are basically degrees, right? And according to that, basically the syllabus basically are there. So universe group basically say that basically if we want to find basically where the Earth planet is moving, this is also one of the way basically. Sometimes basically they say that basically they basically are not able to track because there might be some enjoyment basically ongoing with the Harvard University group. Basically, they might be enjoying the holiday basically like this. Basically, that time basically they are not able to track. For that, basically they basically literally say that basically we need to do some other tracking. So like this, basically many tracking basically has created because one person basically can't handle the entire attraction basically. So UNES group says that basically the in Earth planet basically Harvard University is created. Their energy basically gets generates in the environment. Then basically they told that Oxford University is created. Then basically they says that basically the nuclear power plant is created. Then basically they said basically the city basically is created. Like this basically many things basically are created. If they say that basically the universe basically is going to move from the dark, very dark basically, then basically they say that basically we want lights, we want this, we want that. Basically for that basically war is the only option, or basically some blast has to happen. So this is the only option basically. You can't basically say that we will have some lights in the particular building, and basically from that universe basically that building basically can able to easily able to recognize. That's basically it. Practically it's not possible basically. Why? Because the universe groups are very far basically. Universe groups are very far from satellite basically. You can see the, you can able to see the lights basically, but from universe far location basically it's not possible. For that basically set of blast, set of war basically is required. So this all are basically designed by universe group basically. They says that basically we want this type of energy with, so they basically say that we have created this all energies, we have created for that basically we have created many big universities basically. So that big, why big university basically they do, because the satellite everything basically requires lots of expense basically. For that basically only rich people basically can able to afford that basically. So for that basically they told that basically Harvard basically groups can basically easily able to give this type of energies. Then basically Oxford groups they are basically there like this. Basically in this world basically I think 215 countries are there, right? Minimum basically minimum 215 countries are there. So minimum 215 university basically might be the minimum basically I'm talking. So at least one university will be there in one country, but that is basically the minimum. So at least basically there will be around 3,000 to 4,000 universities basically in this world basically. So that is also basically one of the attraction basically. So Universe Group says that basically we can able to track. Basically, the communication is the basically the main system. Basically, he told that the Universe Group says that basically how basically we can communicate with you. Basically, that is also the main thing. Basically, we can communicate, but how you can communicate? The you can communicate means that is the few Bollywood group says that we basically communicate with the Universe Group. Basically, we basically communicate with the universe group basically. That is through basically the Bollywood cinema is there, like this each and everything basically we have created. And some Bollywood group basically says that basically sits at the home and basically they writes whatever things basically, that basically universe group and satellite group basically they easily able to see that. Up to that level Bollywood groups are also there basically. They are basically very big level group basically. They basically handles the entire country only basically. They basically handles the entire country basically. So like these groups are also basically there who says that basically I am writing list this that this that basically universe group is easily able to see that basically. So like these groups are also there. So earth planet is to basically supposed to be recognized, that is the basically stuff, because it's a huge universe basically. If it's a huge universe basically, then it's possible that basically the earth planet might disappear by this on the range of the satellite basically. Satellite sometime basically it might possible that earth planet might disappear from the satellite range basically. Then basically it would be very difficult basically to track the earth planet basically, because earth planet never stops basically. Earth planet basically never stops. That is the main thing basically. But it moves basically within the range of the satellite only basically. So like this basically things are also basically there. So literally basically if you say that basically the entire creation basically is uh, created on the base of next generation, which is supposed to be go and which is not supposed to be go. So that basically is the next generation. Next generation means the person basically next generation will go, or the next generation is not going to go. So that basically depends upon the each and every things basically. This basically just now I told basically the Earth, the universe group basically says that sometimes basically the satellite group says that basically uh, uh, we basically controls the Earth planet on the base of certain energies basically. The person basically was not able to recognize what actually what basically he's telling. They told that basically the we basically captures we basically controls our planet on the base of certain energy basically. So he told that basically the first one of the energy is this 3000 to 4000 universities energy. 3000 to 4000 universities energy. Then basically the energy is the company's energy basically. Company basically creates the projects basically. They creates the project on the base of the requirement given by the set of energies or set of the nuclear power company and the energy groups basically. Like these companies are also there basically. Few groups says that basically the construction industry is there basically, who basically say that we basically always on the creation of the certain things basically. Then one basically IT industry is told that basically text box equal to thousand cities there. That is also one of the uh, satellite basically. Satellite can easily able to track that energy, and then basically it's very easy to um, track the earth planet. So basically the movement of the earth planet basically is basically connected with this all energy base. Like this basically the universe group says that basically we have created lots of things basically. For from that basically you can easily able to control the earth planet from the base of the satellites basically. So just see basically up to what level the IT industry is basically, up to what level the boom of IT industry is basically, up to what level the IT industry boom is. And this basically is basically you can say this basically connects to the project and the process of the basically the nuclear power company. Literally basically the person basically told that basically nowadays basically the processing basically of the each and every software company basically they directly connects with the nuclear power company. Like there are lots of company of the software company basically who have their software company, and they have basically their power plant also, and they basically creates their lots of products also basically. They basically create lots of human needs product also basically. So like this the companies are basically there basically, like this each and everything basically. This was basically about the IT industry basically. IT industry. So basically the one of the person told that basically you can use the text box equal to thousand cities, you can use combo box equal to 2000 cities. So that is also basically one of the energy basically, that's basically keeps on processing basically. That's basically keeps on processing, because internet basically keeps on processing basically every time basically. So there the process basically keeps on happening basically. That is also was basically one of the options basically. So options are basically there. So like this basically one of the person told that basically, hmm, how many options are available in the earth planet basically, where basically the satellite groups can basically easily able to track the earth planet. Like one of the option is university is there, from that energy basically you can track the earth planet. Like this basically how many options are basically being created. So this basically connects to one more project. This mostly basically this might project basically might have created because the satellite groups are basically controlling the earth planet. They basically by default might be having the project only, otherwise basically how they are controlling it, that is basically the main thing. So they told that basically they have the option basically that from this group basically you can control the other, and if that group is, for example, he told that basically text was equal to 1,000 cities available in the software industry side basically, you can use that basically for controlling this earth planet from the on the base of the satellites. He told basically, yeah, if that is not available, then combo box is there, check boxes are there, then drop down is there basically. Like this, basically many controls are also. If nothing is basically available, then basically the universities are there basically. If internet basically completely goes down, then basically the universities if digital basically completely disappears, then basically the universities basically energies are there basically. University energies are also there basically. Then creation energies are there. Then one person told that basically is nothing basically the not expose equal to 1,000 cities also is not able to capture. Then basically, then he told that basically there are lots of construction basically which is ongoing. That basically never gets disappear, right? That basically keeps on ongoing. So he basically told that yeah, basically you are correct, yeah. If nothing option is there basically, then the construction option is always there. So that option basically he told that basically that option is also there to capture the Earth planet. So like this, many options are there. Then he basically told that C option is there also there basically. SEA, that is basically in Hindi basically it is called Samundar. Earth planet basically has created special types of sea basically you can say. There basically lots of missiles basically are dumped, lots of bombs are basically placed. So that basically the sea water of the Earth planet can be recognized, and that can be generate the energy basically. For that, basically, sea water is there basically. Special sea water is created for for the satellite groups basically. So here the question is basically C group basically, sorry, the satellite group says that basically we want this type of energies, or basically the Earth planet nuclear power plant basically they do the energy according to their basically uh, their basically facilities basically. That's basically question basically. So satellite group basically pass the information, or basically the Earth planet basically pass that basically this type of energy we have created in the sea. You can capture this whole energy basically on the base of the satellite. You just store this all information in the satellites. You can able to track the sea basically from the satellite. So he was literally basically shocked basically to create one earth sorry to capture sorry to control the one earth planet basically up to this level the things are created here. So this basically connects to one basically big project basically. Then the software industry person told that yeah basically it's a very big project basically. He told that literally it's a big project. Mostly this project might be there also basically. He literally told that basically because our planet is the digital world is basically it's already more than 100 years basically. So since 100 years, basically nobody might be, anybody might have thought this basically. This type of projects basically is to develop, and mostly basically this might be there also basically. So there is no supposed to create the project basically. That basically the which type of attraction object basically the Earth planet have, so that the satellite group in short basically the satellite group might be having each and every information, but there would be not one satellite basically. There are hundreds of satellite basically, and each and every hundreds of satellite mostly might not be having all information. Few satellite basically by telling that we basically have just a C information. Few satellite group basically might be telling that we just have the information of the 3,000 university. Few group basically might be telling that we have the information of that 1,000 city or equal to text box. Few basically might be telling that 3,000 city equal to combo box. Like this basically the satellite also basically might be divided, but if you merge all the satellites, then basically this creates to one project basically. that this all basically information basically the earth planet groups basically have, and they are basically giving the energy to the satellite groups, and the satellite groups are controlling the earth planet, and on the base of that basically the earth planet basically will never get disappear, and this basically system is never going to hijack also. So like this basically lots of things are basically there. Few people say that basically if the system gets hijack, and basically few people say that these all are the basically the controlling system, then basically what, then basically he told that basically don't keep in one computer, basically keeps on different servers, keeps on different countries, basically like this also basically you can do that. If anybody basically hijacks it basically, then basically he also told that basically yeah basically, but he told that basically earth planet computer is only one na? Then also basically you told yeah basically you are correct, yeah, earth planet computer is only one. So then basically this type of basically debate are basically ongoing. So like this basically he told that the earth planet is the as busy, actually earth planet is moving this side, so you have to be ready for that. Basically the earth planet is going to move this side, so for that basically whatever preparation basically whatever reports basically which was sent by the satellite group, basically for that basically you have to be ready with the perfect plan, basically what basically is supposed to do, that basically plans each and everything basically the satellite groups only send, basically because they are in the universe, basically right. Earth planet people basically are just the servant of the universe group, basically they just serve the service, basically they told that basically we want some sound effect, that also was a big level sound effect. So the army group told that basically army groups only basically have the authority to give the sound in the earth planet. So basically they all basically have done the meeting, and they at last basically they decided that basically the war is the only option, basically. Then he told that basically the which side basically you want the sound effect, basically they told that universe group told that basically this side, so they basically starts the war. Like this basically the war is also basically always 365 days, basically keeps on going. So like this basically lots of things basically are there, lots of things basically is created, basically. So why basically they are created, mostly 3000 satellites, 3000 universities there, that energy is there, that basically from the base of that energy basically the satellite groups basically captures the earth planet, like this earth planet is moving, like this lots of things basically are there. So we are going to discuss each and everything, basically. So this is also one of the attraction part, and in this attraction basically we are discussing that the this person's generation is supposed to go, or that this person's generation is next generation, basically next generation means is marriage is supposed to happen, his marriage is not supposed to happen, not supposed to happen, that means his next generation is not going to go. Marriage is supposed to happen, that means his generation is going to. So next generation is going to happen, or next generation is not going to happen, that basically we are discussing. And here the part the here the basically the things basically which we are discussing, that is the attraction part. And next part basically we are going to say a little bit more about this only.